Hello everyone. Today we're going to be attempting the impossible, which is to make Iran fun and actually interesting. I had so many people after my Turkey video request Iran, and I kept looking through their focuses trying to find some form of cheese, and it seems like PDX really they thought that no one should have fun playing this nation. But I found a way. Typically, the nations that I like to play are the goofy, weird nations where you can gain extra cores. And of course, I was looking through the tree and I'm like, okay, which one of those is this? Well, it's clearly the one where we can LARP as Xerxes, Darius, Cambyses, or, Cyrus the Great. And of course, pick up some cores along the way as well. But the thing about this path is that PDX just tried to lock it up as much as possible to make almost no cheese doable. Every single focus says current ruling party is not aligned. We also can't even change ideology, period. So we have access to a democratic reformer and we have access to a communist revolutionary. And yet, even if we got to 100% communism, I don't think it would ever spark a civil war or anything. What's the point of even having these if I'm rather dumbfounded by the whole thing? It does have a communist path, it does have a fascist path, has a democratic path. None of those really are very interesting from what I could see. And really the only one that seemed interesting was this path. So that's what I focused on. I have created a possibility of something we can do, and it's difficult, but if you can do it, it's very fun. First thing that we have to do, we actually need to establish the navy. I don't typically build navies, but in this case we need at least a little something. So for that effort as well, we are going to be building a single dockyard as well. After that, we're just going to be building some mills. Iran is also plagued by many bad things. We have the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company, we have feudalism, we have Islamic traditions, and we have two different types of resistance, not just one. Smaller minor nations within our nation, they would like to leave. We want to keep them in our nation as cores and have access to that. So we're going to do construction 1 and basic machine tools. Those are going to be the first things that we do. We're going to group all of our troops here as well. And let's just take all of these to a port. Of course, if you want to do anything in this game, you sort of have to leave Iran because the options to expand are not great. Do we want to go north and attack the Soviets? No. Do we want to go west and attack the Iraqis, which are guaranteed? No. Do we want to attack Afghanistan and get mired in a war in the mountains? No. Do we want to fight the British? No. Do we want to fight Turkey? They're guaranteed by Romania. Maybe. That's really our only option. But I think we want to think bigger, and we're going to go big or go home in this game. All right, so for now, that's pretty much all we're going to be doing. Let's go ahead and get started here. All right, so we got our first naval dockyard, and we're going to put that on convoy. We're going to put that to the top. We're also going to be building more mills. Next, let's do the Pahlavi Imperium. That's because this does give us 80 political power, and the sooner we can switch to partial MOB, the better it will be for us. All right, it is time for partial MOB. And next up, we're going to go way back again to the naval tree, and we're going to do construct new naval bases. We do want to get these 2 naval dockyards. Very important for this strategy. And let's just go ahead right now. We're going to improve relations with Turkey, and we're going to hit negotiate licenses. Now we're going to let that run a few days, and then we're going to request license production, and we want the absolute dirt cheapest submarine that we can get. And that's this one. Turkey accepts. We stop improving relations now, and we can actually start producing the sub. Now, we only actually need one of these. So we're just going to put a few dockyards on this. All right, so we finish up with construct the naval bases. Go back way to the left side of the tree again. And now we're going to be rushing down Legacy of Greatness. We need to do assessing the opposition. We need to go down Imperial Expansionism, Tehran, Moscow Pact. We'll have to do both of these demand territories. And then we're also going to need to do War Plan Cambyses, as well as secure French West Africa. We will make one slight detour. We're going to do establish the Immortal Legion. We do need those 3 extra troops, and that is a pretty crazy strong focus to get just 3 full divisions fully equipped No problems whatsoever. All right, and we have 100 PP. Let's go ahead and get improved worker conditions. That's going to improve our stability as well as our ability to gain PP. All right, we finished up basic machine tools. We actually have a couple things here that we have to get, and we have to get somewhat early. We need to get Marines 1. Very important tech. We need it very badly. We have to do it early because we're going to be doing some invasions early on in this game. All right, and it's now July 1936. We're going to queue up a few more units here. We do need to have a few more out at some point. So I'm going to make this high equipment priority so that we can get those dumped out and in the queue. Oh, and we did finish up Legacy of Greatness. Now, doing this focus actually starts the Civil War unrest timed mission. Now, you see that right here. So 321 days we'll actually have a civil war. Not good. We don't want to have that. That's very bad. This focus actually allows us to combat that. And so we're going to use this focus and the decisions that it unlocks. We now could dissolve the parliament. We now can do economic credibility and prove military prowess. Now, all three of these add 75 days to the mission, Civil War imminent. So it does elongate the amount of time that we have to fight this off. Now, keep in mind that each one of these does take 30 days before the effects actually happen. And so if you had 29 days until the Civil War is imminent, well, you're going to have to restart because you need to click these decisions. You don't want to have a civil war. It will ruin your day. All right. So next thing that we need to do, we now have a sub out. We do need to improve relations with Sweden. That's going to be very important this game. And we're going to be sending some units up there. So I'm going to start training these as well. But here, let's get this next focus done. We're going to do the transport ship research. And we just need to have 10 relations with them. Then we can get military access. At that point, we can stop improving relations. So now we're going to send all of these units here to Göteborg. Stump out more units. We need more. But of course, we are completely strapped for infantry equipment at the moment. Now, one good way to get some infantry equipment is we could actually start buying up some of these guns that are on the market. I think it's a pretty good idea. We should go ahead and do that now. I'm just going to buy both of these. And as more come on the market, just keep buying because you're going to need a lot of guns. All right, and let's move our sub all the way up to Sweden as well. But actually, this single sub is going to put in a lot of work for us, and you'll see that eventually here. All right, and we have 100 PP yet again. Let's go ahead and get the Chief of Army. I like to do the Army Offense guy because it's more soft attack. And what more do I need to say? All right, so we finished up Imperial Expansionism. Let's go ahead and establish the Immortal Legion now. Go ahead and get the units, and then we can send them all the way up to Sweden. We're going to do naval exercises with this sub every single time that we can. We'll put some stuff in the repair queue, that way we can repair it when needed. But we're looking really good here on amount of convoys. I'm going to go ahead and send this down to the bottom too so that we can get more guns. And of course, keep buying more and more guns. All right, and we're going to spend our first XP here on political loyalty. All right, so Chief of Navy, we're going to do Naval Maneuver Expert now. You can see that I have done nothing here to do these decisions. We actually need to click all three to get rid of this Civil War imminent. I really wanted to spend all of that other PP on these things first because we do need to be building up our Navy XP. Once I get 12 units, I'm just going to be good with that. 15 units is the max that we can use to naval invade once we have our both of these techs. At least the first Special Forces Doctrine, and that does give us naval invasion capacity +5. All right, we got established the Immortal Legion, and just look how crazy these guys are. Like for early game, this is nuts. And having them fully supplied, full manpower, and of course they're veterans as well, so an extra 75% attack. All right, so next up we're doing the Tehran-Moscow Pact. All right, we do need to be delaying this. We're going to do prove military prowess first. All right, so now we're going to do demand territory. Let's do Afghan territory first, then we'll do Iraqi territory. I thought this was pretty insane. We can get 0.305 daily from naval exercises, and that's from one sub. Like, how on earth is that providing that much Navy XP? All right, so we finished up with the transport ship and Marine. Next up, we do want to get a little bit more like defense for our guys and maybe a little bit more artillery attack as well. Okay, and we have a Marine division now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this division. We're going to add in more Marines. We're going to get to 18 width, and then we're also going to add support artillery. And just like that, we have 60 XP, so we can do the special forces. And this is actually going to unlock the pioneers, so that then we can add that in once we have enough XP. All right, we're going to do economic credibility ability this time, and then we'll just have to save up, and then we'll be good. Now, as you can see here, we have nearly full equipment on all of these guys, and so we do want to train them. Make sure that you're training them. If you've been diligent about buying things from other people, it seems like China's been selling a lot, you should have full equipment. Yeah, there shouldn't be a problem. And that is definitely going to be huge for this war. Like, absolutely massive. All right, so here, let's go back to the Marines, and we are going to add in the Pioneers now. That will help quite a lot for specifically attacking over rivers and attacking amphibiously. All right, and since we had so many troops in the field, even though they're not anywhere near Afghanistan, Afghanistan did give up their territory, so that's kind of nice. We get a little bit of a bonus here, a little bit more factories, all that good stuff. We're going to go to local police force and the cavalry division as our defense or garrison force. And next up, we are going to be demanding the Iraqi territory. And I just finished buying some support equipment as well so that our troops would be fully equipped, and now they're going to be looking great. Oh man, I'm excited. I might actually change all of my units to Pioneers rather than having just engineers. Even though it is a bit more pricey, it will help us with doing some invasions. All right, and the Iraqis also gave up their land, so we took about half their nation as well. All right, so we're looking good. We're going to do war plan Cambyses, and then after this, once this finishes, we do need to set up our war plans for the next attack, which of course is going to be here. Secure French West Asia. So this gives us a annex war goal against the Republic of Syria and an annex war goal against the Lebanese Republic, which that opens up an option to defeat France. But how on earth are we going to get there? I hear you saying. Well, we're currently in Sweden, but I have a little trick up my sleeve from my friend Scard. So I didn't even know about this trick, but yeah, it's been showcased before, but I'm going to be showcasing it again. All right, and we have 100 PP, so let's go ahead and dissolve Parliament now. We'll just get this over with. I don't want to have to deal with it anymore. And we have 60 more naval XP. Now this one is pretty important. Pioneers an extra 25% for their amphibious attack. That's going to be huge, especially for what we're about to do. Let's go ahead. I'm going to duplicate this infantry division. Pioneers are in the division and support artillery. There's the XP used. We don't have much XP left, unfortunately. All right, well, these guys are going to be Marines. And yeah, we can only do 3, unfortunately. But the rest of these are going to become the infantry division too. And it looks like we do need a little bit more support equipment, so I'm glad that I did this purchase already. All right, the Japanese have done their war, and we're about to do our own war as well. The war that no one expects. We have 15 divisions. We're going to hit into France really hard. In that effort, we're going to use 4 divisions. You can see I clicked naval invasion order, and I was going to click Göteborg, but it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Well, we have to do something else first. Need to click down here on our port, and then all the way up here in Göteborg. We'll right click that. Then we're going to do another naval invasion, and oh look, suddenly it reappeared. Now we can do a naval invasion, and we're going to go into Dieppe. We're going to delete the original order, and now we can grab these 4 guys. Division assignment mode. Hey, look at that. Now they're assigned. We're going to grab another 4 divisions. And once again, we cannot do it, but now we can go from France for some reason. Göteborg, Le Havre. It is an assignment mode. And now we have 4 divisions hitting Le Havre. So we're basically just going to do the same thing with the rest of these. All right, so 15 fresh, powerful divisions ready to invade France with. I love looking at the variety of equipment that we have in our units just from all over the world. Just a mishmash of everything, but it'll be good. It's going to be glorious. The invasion no one ever expected. Who would win? One little sub boy or the 3rd largest navy in the world? What do you guys think? And once again, we have 100 PP. We do have an important thing we want to spend here, and that is going to be this infantry expert. You can see we no longer have the Civil War imminent, so we're good to go there. All right, you do want to pause right away after you get this war goal, and that's because you have only a brief period of time in which you can actually land. If you wait too long, they will put their fleet up. All right, so we're going to declare war, and as you can see here, we have an extra potential enemy, and that's because Belgium is guaranteeing France. So that's a nice little perk of this as well. We can actually end up wiping out Belgium too, since they like to butt into things and think that they can handle us, even though they can't. All right, so we're going to activate this right away, and here we go. We're launching. Look at that. Where's the French fleet? It can't handle us. It's too afraid. They fear the mighty Iranian navy. All right, here we go. They're of course going to call in Lebanon and Syria. They may make some gains here. If everything goes right, we're going to be so fast that it's not going to matter. The Blitzkrieg of France has begun. And there we have our sub leading the way for our transport ships. And the brave sub has been knocked out of commission. F's in the chat for the brave sub. All right, so it looks like Dieppe is actually completely unmanned, but we're gonna just do a cheeky little force attack here, and we're gonna keep everyone in place while we do our dirty deeds. Let's go over here as well. We'll try to assist our troops in taking Le Havre. Some of them are going to land here soon, hopefully before that guy gets there. Never mind. But actually, the stats are not looking too bad. Only a negative 25.2% naval penalty. So we should be able to push out these guys pretty quickly because we have those pioneers. We're crushing them. All right, so we have 50 XP. We do want to get flexible org. That's very important to do. The slight bit that you will move faster is important. We got one guy moving into Paris, one guy moving just to the other tiles. Let's slow this down a little bit. I do want to be able to micro. So far, so good. We're taking the cities we need. Let's try to get over to Reims. And these guys are not wanting to land yet. And there we have Orleans. We're so close. Dunkirk about to fall. That ought to do it. Now, I'm actually going to be pushing against the Belgians here because we want to do that quickly. And boom. Ba-boom. Nice and fast. That wasn't even that difficult. My goals for this peace deal: we want to puppet France, we want to get the war reparations, we want to get resource rights. The rest of France, the colonies and all that stuff, we're going to liberate some of them. And that's because we don't want the world tension to go too high here, because I wanted to make sure that the overall world tension comes in less than 50%. If it's over 50%, we won't be able to kill Belgium without them joining the Allies. And we really don't want them to join the Allies. All right, so we are taking the entire French fleet. And I think we might have not taken some stuff as well. So France probably still exists. Iranian France in New Caledonia. That's fine. Okay, so we need to quickly move in and destroy Belgium now. But yeah, you can see we are well under the 50% mark, so that's good. We can easily defeat Belgium. It's really not. It's just a matter of pushing. So we do need to start training some more units as well. We can grab some garrisons from our friends here. Never mind, we can't. We have no garrisons yet. So the French are actually here to help us as well. Let's see how many divisions. They have 41 divisions. Holy crap. We defeated them so fast that so many of their divisions were overseas. And we just took Brussels. That will actually capitulate them. As soon as you take a territory, they just cap. It's just how Belgium works. But I'm going to take all of Belgium. We're going to take a few other things. Hopefully we can still get everything. Nope, we're short. Dang it, France. All right, well, we'll take the higher end stuff. I guess it really doesn't matter. But yeah, the Belgian Congo is unfortunately going to still exist. It's all right. We got Belgium itself, and that's the real prize because look at how many factories are here. All right, so now we're over 50% world tension. We can basically do whatever we want at this point. If we want, we can fight Italy before they join the Axis. Should we fight Italy? Maybe that's the question. We could.
Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
We can justify a war goal on them. 180 days. That's all we got from France. Oh, you know what? Because they survived somewhere, they kept a whole bunch of fleet. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, man. So the United States wants to limit our naval rearmament. I think I'm going to accept that because I really don't want them to kill me. All right, we finally have our third research slot. We can breathe a little bit. Breathe it in. Yes. 3 research slots. Feels good. No matter what, we're going to need anti-air. All right, and we are ready. Time to attack. Yeah, it's not looking good. We might be able to gain supremacy because we're currently knocking out their fleet. Yep, supremacy achieved. So here we go. We're launching. All right, and just like that, we have 2 ports all to ourselves. This is not what I wanted. I did not want them to join the Axis, and Germany did get called in. That is not what I wanted to happen at all. Oh no, I forgot about this territory. No. Germany is hardcore bolstering Italy, and it's really bad. Attempting to hold them, it's not easy. They are very strong. I would say do not invade Italy. We're not ready. All right, so we are back to the French invasion once again, and this time we're going to take a different go at this. So we're going to be doing root out the conspiracies. We're going to be going all the way down to stand with the German Reich and then align the imperial state of Iran with the Axis. That's going to allow us to defeat Italy without any intervention from Germany. It is a bit sad because this left side is way better objectively, and there goes France. Now this time we're going to be way more careful. All right, I think this will be good enough. We're at 48.7%. We took the fleet, we puppeted France. There's a bunch of stuff that we're not doing anything with, so Free France will survive. I'm not too worried about that. I just want to make sure that we're at close to 50% so that we can justify after this. All right, and there goes Belgium. We're just going to take everything here. They don't have a fleet, so we don't have to worry about that. And that will put us over the 50% mark. We're good to go. So now we can go ahead and justify in Italy if we want to. We're doing absolute monarchy currently. Let's see, we'll have 230 days essentially. We'd be real close. I think I'm gonna wait just like another 20 days or so, and then I'll justify. I'm not sure what makes the UK do this, but they actually just guaranteed us. And I haven't seen that happen every single time. So I'm not fully understanding why that's happening, but we do need to guarantee soon, because if they keep guaranteeing people, we're gonna go under the 50% mark. So we need to justify soon. All right, it's December. Let's justify. All right, well, the Anschluss just happened. So if we can join Germany, we'll have two fronts to be able to push Italy from, both here and here. It's both mountains, but I think with the pressure from two sides, I think we can fairly easily break Italy. We also have a nice fleet, so we could potentially do a naval invasion too if we want to. We inherited 59 ships from France this time, and that's significantly better. All right, we're gonna hire the popular figurehead to get a little bit more stability. All right, so as we're doing this focus, we do want to improve relations with Germany. For both of these focuses, it makes it more likely that they will accept the better relations you have with them. Oh, and I should have mentioned this too, but I am building a supply hub here in Savoy. That's because if you don't, the supplies are just horrible here. I'm also going to start building some trucks. The sooner we can get some trucks going, the better it will be for us. That way we can motorize all of our units. Oh, wow. Okay, we already finished the justification. That was sooner than I thought it was going to be. All right, so let's motorize all these guys. We're going to get on the border here. So let's wait until after to actually declare war. All right, Germany did agree to sign the non-aggression pact. We're going to continue to improve relations. All right, and we made it into the Axis. Oh, gotta love it. But I want these guys to be up here, and then we can push in. But yeah, let's go ahead and declare war on Italy, and we can call Germany into this war. And then we do have to call France into the war as well. So let's set up an attack order with these guys as well. All right, and what should we do next? Oh man, we need this so badly. Research slot. Yeah, we're still on 2 research slots despite having 50 factories. All right, Germany should get called in soon. Can we call them in here? No. Protective towards Italy. That's so dumb. All right, well, we might have to shift again then. I don't know. Can we get naval supremacy? Maybe. But we would need an agency and probably have our air fleet up, and we'd have to actually fight them. Well, we'll bring in the rest of our troops and then see what we can do. I really wish Germany would join this war, but now that we know that they don't, I guess my first thoughts on what we should do was maybe the best order of business there. We're gonna stop this attack because it's not doing well. And these are all French troops, so as they're dying, it's kind of bad because it gives France extra freedom essentially. All right, but our new troops are here, so we can start pushing in. We're going to be able to push where they're not. Gonna make sure to take the supply hubs as we can, and of course build new rails where they're needed. Germany just suddenly decided to join. They can't make up their minds. All right, I'm going to send these troops back up north then to help assist them. Oh man, Germany has more war participation than us, even though we've actually dished out more casualties so far. But yeah, you know, they have their air force and all that stuff too. So, oh, and we need to take a doctrine. I still haven't done that. And let's go to extensive while we're in this war. I'd really like to get the theorist, but we just don't have the PP for it. So we're just gonna go grand battle plan. Trying to figure out what to do next. I think we should maybe try to reclaim the Turkish peninsula soon. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we can bypass this if we're at war with Italy during it. So that's 35 days saved. Yeah, that's totally worth. Oh, and I want to get anti-air research done. We'll probably need anti-air for the next war. I am glad that Germany joined in, but at the same time, I'm really hoping that we'll get this puppet. Oh, wow, we are just totally wiping them now. Pushing for the gold. All right, Germany's willing to give us some stuff now. I'm going to try to get the states closest, or at least one of them. We can get Rome for ourselves. That's something. Oh, and Italy just capped. I think they got Regnal del Sud. I didn't get any notification that they were, but maybe they are. I have no idea. But let's see who actually has this puppet. Iranian Italy. It is Iranian Italy. That's great. All right. Well, so we have another fleet, but not the full fleet, but it's not bad. That's not bad at all. 82 more ships. That makes it pretty significant. Oh man, I just realized we have supply hubs in here, but they're not connected at all. They're not well. So we need to definitely get those fixed. All right, so we're getting reclaimed the Turkish peninsula now. That'll give us our war goal against Turkey. All right, 34 of 35 days. We do want to stop as soon as this is done. We're going to slow it down a little bit, and we don't want it to go too long because they can get guaranteed by Britain. Now, Romania is not, they're no longer democratic. We've waited long enough, so they shouldn't be able to join the Allies in theory. All right, so let's do this. Declare war. Romania joins in the war. That's normal, and we should be able to push through here and win. Let's do reintegrate the Anatolian territory. We can potentially get a few more cores that way. It is very pricey to do every single time. It costs 75 PP, but getting at least a couple more million population will be helpful to us. So I'm going to go ahead and do it, even though it is pricey. All right, and we should make total breakouts here soon. It's just a matter of time. All of their troops are breaking. Now, Romania is a different story. Romania is a tough nut to crack. All right, so we got the reintegrate the Anatolian territory. I do want to get the focuses done so that we can make our own alliance. And so we need to finish up spoils of war, and then we're going to have to do establish protectorate over the Middle East. Oh, 97%. Just need a little bit more. It's just disgusting how many divisions they have. Like, we probably destroyed 15 or so divisions over here, and they still have this many. And there they go. So we're just going to take everything in Turkey. It can all become cores eventually, so might as well just take all of it. All right, so we need to set up an invasion now. I would suggest hitting these 3 or even these 4 territories the hardest. We do have full special forces, so we can hit with 25 units, and we'll want to do that for sure. For some reason, they really seem to focus a lot of troops down here in this region. So if you hit up in the northern region, it should go better for you. Okay, we're pretty much ready whenever. I just want to gain more org on all of these units before we actually invade. But we have our fleets up here as well, and we're pretty much good to go. The invasion is launching. We've got like 5, it's like 4, 5, 4, 5, and then 4 and 3, I think is what we ended up doing here. But yeah, like I said, there's typically less here up in the north. And so if you can land some troops and actually properly land them, then you can push out from there. So these troops landed. We're going to hit here hard. We'll pin this guy, and then we'll have 2 troops hit down here hard. We'll try to push out a little bit as well. We can do a force attack if we want to as well. Always helps. We're doing a little bit more damage. Oh no, France went down to a colony. That's no good. All right, and yeah, we took it to port, so we are totally good now. We can switch things up here. 81 divisions. Time to smash Romania. So the name of the game here is just stretching their troops out to the limit. They do have a lot of divisions, but if we can just continually stretch them, eventually we will overwhelm them. We can also bring our air fleet up here. Definitely a good idea to do that. I don't think, yeah, they don't even have any planes up currently, so that'll be good. A nice little encirclement down here. The other name of the game. You gotta keep pushing, keep moving, keep pushing. And there goes Romania. Very nice. All right, so we're gonna create a puppet here. Resource rights, Navy, all that good stuff. All right, sweet. So we're almost done with this. Then we can do establish a protectorate over the Middle East. Then we can potentially, it depends on what we want to do. We could create a faction with Yugoslavia. We could create a faction with Poland so that we can get our troops in there and actually dig in. Or we could create a faction with Hungary or even Bulgaria. It's really up to us. And we do need to set up our defenses now as well. We have 14 troops here. These are the sort of lesser divisions of France. We have some okay-ish divisions in Italy as well. Looks like there's 20. We'll train those up as well. It is mostly defensible here. This is a hill tile. They have to mostly go over a river to attack it. We also need a few troops for this tile. Probably 6 or so divisions. I think we can just use French divisions for that. that. But the main thing we're going to want is a lot of troops in Poland. And the reason for that is there's an achievement that we want to get. So here's the one specifically: as Iran, guarantee Poland's independence and ensure it does not capitulate by 1945. So obviously probably most people would do this just by going a non-historical game, but the true way to do it and the difficult way is this way, where we have to weaken Germany. So we'll also be able to get Pesky Greeks as Iran become the owner of all Greek core states. All right, so since we will be defending Poland, we're going to guarantee their independence now. All right, so Germany just canceled the non-aggression pact as we left their faction. So they no longer wish to be friends with us, but that's fine. I'm going to dismantle the faction, and it looks like, yes, we can create factions. But they're too far away to be scared. We do have threat on the Tsardom of Bulgaria, so we could get them into the faction. All right, so our best bet is probably going to be Bulgaria then. I was really hoping we could get Yugoslavia, but Bulgaria is not bad. They won't help a ton, but every single division that we can get and help in the defense of Poland is going to be helpful. All right, I really wish that I could have gotten this focus a long time ago, but we had so many other things that we were doing. But this is a really good focus right here. But also, I kind of want to get down to rebuild Persepolis to get that extra political power gain. Once we're at war with Germany, this focus will actually bypass. So never mind. Yeah, let's do this one for now. All right, so we pumped out 29 more divisions. We need all hands on deck, and we're just going to add these in to these generals here. All right, well, I still do really want to incorporate some more of these territories. Like if we can get Ankara, that's a lot of steel, extra chromium, a lot of factories. But every single time that I click this, it gives us negative 15% PP for the duration of 35 days. And that's on top of it already costing 75 PP. I don't know why they made it so incredibly costly to do these, but we do need a little bit more population too. That's the other struggle that we're currently facing. All right, so another thing that we can do is if we can get down to open the National Museum, this gives us an advisor that gives 10% political power gain. So that would be another really good one to get down to. All right, well, I think Germany's going to be declaring war soon. We need to stop training everybody. Everybody needs to dig in as much as possible because we're about to be in the thick of it. All right, we got 2 more divisions out just in time to have 4 full 24 divisions. So we can use, I'll probably use 3 for this whole border along Slovakia and Germany, and then 24 divisions here to hopefully be able to push into Königsberg and take all that. I think maybe they'll be spread out enough due to all of these territories that we'll be calling them into the war against. I'm going to go ahead and go static warfare here. That way we can dig in quickly in Poland itself. All right, and we just got the Poland ultimatum, so here we go. They should be calling us to war. There it is. And I think we can actually invite them into... Oh, maybe not. They want to be in the Allied faction. That's a mistake, Poland. A big mistake. All right, we can bypass this focus now, and I will just go ahead and do this one. 70 days, but well worth it for that political power gain. We're going to use, like I said before, 24 divisions for the northern area here, and then we'll do the rest of the 72 divisions over here. We can create a front line too, although we probably won't be pushing for a while. Let's go ahead and call France into the war. And we can call Italy into the war as well. Especially, I mean, look how many divisions Germany has here currently. They really don't have enough. So I think we should be able to defend ourselves pretty well here. We can set offensive orders as well. Eventually, we may want to actually attack, and we do need to make sure that all of these troops are railroading to their positions. We still haven't joined the Allies, which is strange. Ooh, we can get military access to Britain now. Ooh, nice. Send volunteers from the Soviets. Very nice. We can definitely call in Bulgaria as well. And yeah, I guess Romania is allowed to join too. Yeah, look at the German lines are thin. They're so busy elsewhere. We can potentially push here in the north as well quickly. All right, yep, we're actually pushing back already. So I'm going to push into the west as well. You can see a lot of these territories just have nothing there already. We're actually winning up here as well. So that's obviously a really good thing. Really nice. Way better than I even expected. We did get our Soviet friends here as well. So they are just going to all out push as their volunteers are wont to do. That's classic. We're sneaking into Bratislava with a motorized. Glorious. Let's see if we can cap the Slovakians this way. What is going on down here? Oh, you know what? I can't use their airports. But we have something going on down here. Oh, Germany's pushing out from Rhodes. That's what was happening. Oh, that's not good. That's where a lot of their troops were going. I mean, it's kind of good in a way. Now they have all these troops here that are being kind of useless. As long as they don't get into my core territory and cap me, it doesn't matter. Man, we're already absolutely crushing Germany. This is great. All right, so we got rebuild Persepolis. Now we need to open the National Museum, and that's going to essentially unlock all of our cores that we can eventually get. I don't like how quickly they are moving into the territory here, though. I don't love the idea of going to service by requirement, but we might have to do it just to have enough manpower. So it's unfortunate, but I think we need to quickly deploy some units and just defend this western territory. All right, we're going to try to make a breakout from France and just from Italy as well. Everywhere we can, essentially. Oh, wow. Britain just attacked Iraq. Oh no. Why'd they have to do that? I'm probably just gonna have to make a loop around Tehran now, because they're gonna start pushing out from there. All right, we're almost there. A little bit more conquering. I actually brought my Italian allies up here as well, and there it is. Poland has a crap load of points. Oh my goodness. All right, we'll see what we can do here. All right, well, we created a fairly nice German puppet. We got all of their fleet. Fortunately, yeah, we lost a little bit to the British. They were able to create a German republic, but most of it we got back to Germany, and we took a bunch of stuff for ourselves. We gave some land back to Italy. Overall, pretty darn good peace deal. I'm happy with that. 141 factories now. The only problem is Poland's in a faction with the Allies now. So we have to wait until 1945 to do anything else. All right, we can now afford the museum curator. This is going to be our final form of how much political power we can gain daily. Like I said, it's sadly not as good as the other route, but we did sort of need to join the Axis to do all the things that we wanted to do. So that being said, now we have our final form. We could start coring some things when we want to. We just need to wait for the Soviets to attack, I think, and then we'll have to defend Poland. And then we're waiting until 1945. Oh wait, I forgot about one more thing we can do. We can get an annex war goal against the Kingdom of Greece. The British could guarantee them if we're not careful. So we pause it right away, we declare war, and we did have a naval invasion going, as well as an attack up here from the Bulgarian territory. We'll call them in right away, and this should be cake. Now we can also absorb the Byzantine Empire, which will allow us to actually integrate some of their territories as well from Greece. And there goes Greece, nice and quick. Once again, we just want to take it all. First, Bulgaria is going to try to take some stuff, and we'll take their fleet as well. Hey, Pesky Greeks. Has Iran become the owner of all Greek core states? Oh no. Oh, they joined the war against Lithuania. I'm going to have to attack the Soviets. I gotta ensure that they don't capitulate. Here we go. So these territories are just as pricey as everything else. Oh, and that's terrible. The Bulgarians took these two as the core state, so now I can't core them anymore. And my econ was really not ready to fight the Soviets. I mean, we are with the Allies and with the Polish, but yeah, I don't feel like we were ready. I mean, we can also bring in France, and we can also bring in the Italians. But all right, we're taking them out pretty good now. They're not going to live too much longer here, I think. Almost done, 96%. And there goes the Soviets. Another large nation toppled. All right, so we're going to end up getting everything, including the fleet. And I'm going to start on the next focus, usurp the Kingdom of Afghanistan. All right, we have another war goal. Once again, we got to declare war right away, and I need to figure out my plane situation. I'm sure I have a ton of planes now. All right, here we go. Bad supplies, but hopefully we can push through here. All right, and another nice and quick war. So we're just going to take everything here. We will be able to core all of these states. So this Memphis initiative is actually pretty useful. You can get Azerbaijan, that's 3 million. Georgia, almost 3 million. You can do all the Iraqi states, the Syrian, Lebanon, and I'm assuming basically everything down here. Next up, Glory of Cyrus the Great, which means our leader gets yet another bonus. More and more and more bonuses. And we did get to core all of Afghanistan as well. So that's another nice little perk to that. Focus. We're up to 36.25 million. Ugh, it's gonna take forever. Hungary is brilliant. 1944, and they're deciding to attack me. All right, fair enough. All right, well, we finished up an empire to last 1,000 years, and we are now called Great Iranian Empire. Still have a little bit until 1945, but not too much longer. But man, I'm getting very sick of clicking these decisions. We're still not even close, and we're up to 43 million. I mean, I'm thinking of just calling it quits when we hit 1945. What is this? Italian demand for independence. Why is this happening right now? No, I'm refusing. All right, so we're almost there from Tehran with love. I'm hoping it'll work. Wow, they actually declared war on me. I did not expect that. All right, let's see if the achievement will pop. This war doesn't even matter. And no achievement. So apparently this way of doing it, you have to still guarantee them. And I can't guarantee them because they're in the Allies. And I also could not even create a faction with them or do anything. I did all that work to add insult to injury. The Italians declared war on me in the end of 1944. But on the bright side, I have cored almost all of these lands. I'm kind of wondering if like I would have just killed the Allies and then released Poland as free and guaranteed them, if that would have worked. If anyone knows about that, leave me a comment down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed this anyways. I mean, we ended up making Iran very strong, but oh my goodness, getting all the cores that they can get is an absolute exercise in misery. I do not recommend this path. Like, it seems good in theory, but when you have to spend 75 PP each territory, you lose 15% of your PP gain every single day while you're coring those lands. It's just horrendous. I don't understand what, like, Afghanistan can get massive amount. They can core all of India from one focus. It's like, why is Iran so difficult to get cores? I don't get it. Ugh. But oh my goodness, this is absolute misery. But I hope you guys enjoyed the misery that I just endured. All right, guys, I'm out for now. Bye bye. Leave a like, subscribe, do all that stuff.